Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we have an iPad Air 3 that we're going to be fixing. I know there's no cracks or anything, and you might be wondering what's wrong with it. Well, when we click the power button, only the backlight turns on, we get no image. So let's go ahead and get this thing fixed. We're going to get our heat mat and set it to 85 Celsius. Place the iPad on the heat mat and let the rice cook for about 5 minutes. We'll grab the sharpest razor blade we have, insert the razor blade at the top of the iPad, and I'll use a plastic card to start separating the screen from the frame. Now, we don't want to break the screen when taking it off, because in this case, we don't know if it's the problem. And if we had to put the screen back on, we'd have no issues. Before doing anything, we need to disconnect the battery from the motherboard. My favorite way to disconnect the battery is to cut a strip of these cards and insert it between the battery terminal. This will cut off all the power from the battery to the motherboard and ensures nothing will get damaged when we disconnect the screen. I'll have to use a screwdriver bit without the handle to remove the LCD cover because the handle won't fit under the display. It's pretty annoying. Let's pop these connectors off and see if a new screen fixes the issue. So we have our new screen. Let's plug it in and pray that this fixes our issue. And would you look at that, screen comes on. That makes our life 10 times easier. Now let's get the original screen and we'll remove the home button. I'm going to disconnect the home button from the screen, and we need to be extremely careful not to damage this button or else the fingerprint sensor will never work again. Next, this home button bracket needs to be removed so we can remove the home button from the display. Let's pop that bad boy out and we'll install the home button on the new display. Next, it's crucial that we clean the old adhesive off of the home button bracket down to the silver metal. This will allow the new adhesive that we'll apply to be strong and durable. Next, let's apply new adhesive to the home button bracket and install it on the new screen. Let's plug the home button in and we'll test how it feels when we click it. And that is exactly how we want the home button to click. Now this is a little special touch. I like to add a little piece of adhesive to the bottom of the button. This adds some durability to the button. This part is extremely important. There is glue residue on the iPad's frame. This must be cleaned off before installing a new screen. If we don't clean off the old glue, the new screen will not sit flush and will fall off in the future while the customer is using it. This part is just as important as cleaning the glue off with a razor blade. I'll grab some 99.9% isopropyl alcohol and clean the frame with a clean room cloth. We want to make sure the frame is as clean as possible before installing the new screen. The last thing we want is a customer coming back with the screen lifting off of the frame. Okay, next we're going to remove the adhesive strips and we're going to connect the display. Let's get that LCD connector bracket, screw it back in. We'll pull that plastic card out and we'll screw the battery back in. Let's turn on the iPad by plugging it in, and we'll do one final test before we close it up. And everything looks good. Let's close this thing up and let the customer know they're ready to go.